Fastball, breaking ball.
And I will say this. Astros have had some very good pitches to hit in this series.
The 0-1. Another swing, another foul ball. There have been 6 pitches thrown by Emmett Sheehan. The Astros have swung at every single one of them.
And we have not seen in this series many swings and misses either.
Well, that is something we did see a lot of out of Emmett Sheehan to finish his last outing, which was June 18th against the Padres. 0-2 here on Smith. 1 out and 2 on. Here's Sheehan into his windup. Misses off the plate, ball 1. Against the Padres in the middle of June, Sheehan pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, didn't walk a batter, 6 strikeouts, 65 pitches. Now, 37 swings, but the last 20 swings, he got 9 whiffs. The 1-2 to Smith, cut on and fouled over the net.
Yeah, and another good swing at a pitch.
That was a fastball at 96 on the outside corner. So Houston has been the hottest team in baseball for a few weeks now.
Yeah, and not to beat it to death of the first 2 games of the series. This is the 27th at bat in this series for the Astros runner in scoring position. Dodgers have had 12.
Still 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Oh, that was a nasty breaker from Emmett Sheehan. Located toward the outside corner, and Smith swung through it. The first strikeout for Sheehan. That's out number 2 in the first.
That's a good start. And trying to get out of this inning, the very first inning, unscathed.
But here comes trouble. The former Arizona Diamondback, Christian Walker. A home run streak at Dodger Stadium was snapped yesterday, but still had another RBI. So a 7-game hit and RBI streak on the road in L.A. Doesn't matter what uniform he's wearing. He is a problem. 2 on, 2 out in the first, no score. The pitch. Walker takes ball 1 downstairs.
I've always thought that Walker's an interesting study from a standpoint, just physically, the way that he hits. There's very little movement. He starts with a slightly open stance, deep in the box. Doesn't waggle the bat around a lot.
Sheehan looks back at second base where Myers is, comes home to Walker and gets a big whiff. Strike 1.
That was one of the few times we've seen Walker actually pull off a pitch. That's a good breaking ball down and away.
And that wasn't even close,
no.
That swing. A ball and a strike. The pitch is upstairs. Fastball up and away at 96. 2 balls and a strike to count on Walker.
Going back to that swing to Walker, that ball's about a foot outside. Walker was looking dead red fastball. Why?
Here comes the 2-1. Walker swings and fouls it back. That's strike 2. That looked like a slider from Sheehan, which was again probably it's 8 inches off the plate toward the left-handed batter's box.
I say why with a question mark. Is it something that they look at percentages in certain counts? These pitches are being thrown by that particular pitcher, or do they think that they have something?
2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's Sheehan. Walker takes upstairs. Ball 3 and a full count. Well, he got Smith in the last at-bat with a changeup. He is yet to show that to Christian Walker. Head start for the runners with 2 out. The payoff pitch. Walker with a base hit up the middle. No, stopped at second. Throwing it across his body. Wow, what a play! Haesung Kim going to his right, nearly straight up with the bag at second base. Throws out Walker, throwing across his body, and that saved a run. It looked like it had base hit center field written all over it. Instead, it's out number 3 and a scoreless top of the first. The Dodgers.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone!
the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me!
Put a cape on him.
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion.
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings, only on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
LA.com for more. This message is brought to you by LA County Public Works.
That play by Hesson Kim at second base. Already the save of the game brought to you by Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Say goodbye grass and hello rebates. Visit bwaterlive.com.
That's the save of the week. Folks, that was impossible play. Not only the fact that he took a dozen steps going to the backhand side, fielded the ball, and there are not too many second basemen have a strong enough throwing arm to get a batter. If that's not on a highlight package of a station you're watching later, you need to change channels.
Now here's Shohei Ohtani to lead things off. No score, bottom of the first. Ryan Gusto's first pitch is off the plate, ball one. A fastball at 94. Shohei's first at-bat brought to you by Asahi Super Dry Beer. Embodying a refreshing taste of modern Japan. Go beyond the expected. On a 1-0, Ohtani swings through a strike. Another fastball. This one in the heart of the plate.
Well, Ohtani's swing, at least in my opinion, the last few days, it's been off and on the last couple of weeks. The swing is getting long. And by that, he's pulling off the ball.
Now the 1-1. Ohtani takes inside, ball two. And after yesterday's game, Ohtani said to the media he's not happy with his swing because he's missing pitches that he normally hits. So he's seeing the ball, but he's not hitting the ball. So the swing not quite dialed. The 2-1. Swung on and pops straight up. The shallow center field. No problems for Myers. Handles the ball in the sun, and that's out number one. If fans here at Dodger Stadium, they see ball in air off the bat of Ohtani, they go, ooh.
And the difference is the placement of the baseball on the bat. Is the difference maybe half an inch?
Yeah.
Is it less than that? The difference in a pop-up and a long fly ball.
Now Mookie Betts, who's got home runs in 2 of his last 3 games facing the Astros, a team that he has hit well throughout his career. He's 3 for 8 in the series. 1 out, nobody on, no score. Gusto steps back, kicks and deals, and the right-hander misses high, ball 1.
Gusto slightly above average fastball. That was at 94. The average in Major League Baseball, if you look first half of the season, is right around 93.
Ball, no strikes, the pitch. Betts swings and chops it toward the Dodger dugout for a strike. Well, on Thursday when he went deep, it was his first home run since the 8th of June. Ended a 20-game home run drought. Hit another one last night. Also added a double, so 2 extra base hits in game 2. 1-1. He watches a pitch. It is a strike. Dotting the outside corner is Gusto at 92. Gusto takes a deep breath on the mound. And here's his 1-2 pitch. Misses up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one had some giddy up on it at 97.
So he has the ability to reach back a little extra.
Was in the rotation for a while, but then lost his spot when Lance McCullers Jr., who won the opener of this series, came back healthy. On a 2-2, Betts swings and hits a ground ball up the middle beyond a diving short at shortstop. And so that's a 1-out base hit for Mookie Betts, who's starting to warm up here in this weekend set. He's now 4 for 9 against the Astros.
Yeah, it's interesting when the balls hit the shortstop. First base. The guy's name is Short.
I know. Zach Short at shortstop. Joe Espada, the manager, has been toying with broadcasters with that. Of course, the regular shortstop, Jeremy Pena, on the injured list, fractured rib. He was hit by a pitch a week ago. Freddie Freeman, first pitch swinging and missing, strike one. And in fact, Jeremy Pena was the hottest hitter in the Astros lineup. They see him go down, but they don't stop winning. They've won 5 of 7 games without him since his injury. Betts on first, 1 out in the first. Scoreless ball game so far. On an 0-1, Freeman will swing again and foul it away toward the left side. Drops into the upper deck, strike 2.
No, you're talking about 2 very talented teams, both atop their respective divisions. Dodgers, National League West, 8 games up. In the second place, both Padres and Giants. And for the Astros, American League West, 7 up on Seattle.
Freeman behind 0-2. The pitch. Another swing, a rope foul now on the right field side. Hit well, but way out in front of it.
And his team's not only playing well. You look at Houston, they won 8 of 10, 10 of the last 12. The Dodgers have been on the victory side 15 of the last 20 that they've played.
Freeman was 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts last night, trying to put that behind him today. Another 0-2, another swing, another foul ball, a change in the count. Freddie hitting .308 as we sit here and now. 10 home runs, 47 driven in. OPS of .875 for the soon-to-be 9-time All-Star. Another 0-2 from Gusto, and Freeman is down swinging. That's out number 2 of the inning.
Hey friends, Children's Hospital Los Angeles, groundbreaking research meets world-class expertise in treatment. And U.S. News and World Report once again has named CHLA the #1 hospital in California. So learn more today at chla.org.
Now Andy Pages, 3 for 6 in the series with a couple of walks. Betts still on first. First pitch, ground ball to short, and short fields it, flips it to Altuve underhand to retire Betts and end the inning. So Mookie Betts' 1 out base hit is left on the base paths at the end of 1 full.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something. These people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Best Western. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Galpin Motors broadcast booth on your official home of Los Angeles Dodgers baseball.
No score, Dodger Stadium. Top of the second is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Emmett Sheehan face Yainer Diaz. First pitch up and in, ball 1. Fastball at 96. Sheehan saw a lot of swings, actually got a lot of chases as well in that first inning against the Houston line. 1-0. There's a swing and a ground ball toward the middle. Hesung Kim, jump throw, the pick by Freddie. Hesung Kim is putting on a clinic. Going to his right, threw it jumping and falling away. Freddie Freeman on the other end. That's back-to-back sparkling plays.
Well, I tell you what, that's teamwork right there. And for Kim, he wound up getting the ball deep behind the bag at second base, leaped into the air, and mentioned the strong throwing arm, and then absolutely picked it clean over at first was Freeman. Those are just back-to-back big-time plays.
One out in the inning. Strike one to Cooper Hummel, switch hitting left fielder, batting from the left side against the right-handed Sheehan.
Steve, I said this before about A-Song Kim. I looked at some video during the off-season and saw Kim, and I was amazed at the range that he had, in particular to his right, which is up the middle. And the other part, too, that I made notice of, very strong throwing arm.
After missing with a fastball outside, 1-1. Here's the pitch from Sheehan. Check swing. He went around, though, so advantage Sheehan 1-2.
And I say range to his right up the middle. We have not seen a whole lot of baseballs hit, even in spring training, to his left towards the right field foul line.
The 1-2 pitch from Sheehan. Rolled to first. Freddie Freeman scoops it off the dirt, flips underhand to Sheehan, covering the bag. Out number 2.
But another comment about each one of those plays. That's something you cannot just teach a second baseman to do. To be able to go over, backhand the ball, leap up in the air, and then turn and throw really the opposite direction of the first baseman and get something on that throw. You either have it or you don't. Oh, you can refine it, but you just can't all of a sudden be presented with it and say, okay, now you can do it.
Number 8 hitter, Mauricio Dubon, starting at third today. First pitch swinging and missing. That was a good heater with some run up and in from Sheehan at 96. 0-1. Seen Dubon at short and center field, and today at third. Versatile piece. Former San Francisco Giant. He's been a good part of the Astros now for a few years. Sheehan pulls ball 1 outside.
So we've had back-to-back plays. Again, if you did not see this on the highlight package or whatever you're watching later, you better pick another source to look at.
Ball and a strike, the pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. Sheehan, 25 years young, underwent elbow surgery last May, internal brace, Tommy John hybrid surgery, and he's come back, and according to the Dodgers evaluators, better than ever. This 2-1 is swung on and popped up. Going back from short, Mookie Betts, about 20 feet onto the grass, drifts over to his left and makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 top of the second, work by Emmett Sheehan. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Michael Conforto due up when we come back on the World.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is oppo taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an oppo taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight.
The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him. These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Dodgers Audio Network. Never gets old.
No score just yet for the Dodgers or Astros in the series finale. Houston has a chance to sweep the Dodgers. Obviously, the Dodgers trying to avoid that. Michael Conforto to kick things off in the second. Takes a first pitch strike from Gusto. Breaking ball at the top of the zone. Conforto hitting .174 on the year. But 4 extra base hits and 8 RBI his last 8 games. Has strike 2 called against him. That was a pitch comfortably away from him off the plate. 0-2. Conforto will ask for time. This is the 19th appearance for the right-handed Ryan Gusto. Entered today with an ERA of 4.90, a 5-3 record. His 0-2 pitch to Conforto. Inside, ball 1. Opponent's hitting .279 against Gusto. It's a pretty good clip. He does have strikeout stuff. He punched Freddie Freeman's ticket in the bottom of the first inning. On a 1-2, Conforto watches low. 2-2. Now that pitch looked like it might have had the bottom half.
I'm still going back. You said comfortably away from him. In other words, in simple speak, it was a ball.
2-2. That's down and in, and the count is full.
But boy, you polished it. I'll say that much.
Well, you know, I am working very hard on polishing how I approach calls made by home plate umpires. Okay. I think I have to do a better job. Self-scouting, I need to do a better job of that.
Okay. So do some of them.
3-2. Conforto swings and chops it off the plate.
Don't we all, though, really?
Yeah, it's true.
Every one of us.
Hey, and we always say, like, umpiring, it's a tough job. It's a thankless job. And you really, the good ones are like offensive linemen. You never hear their names, right? If you're watching a football game, you don't hear the names of you're hearing the name of the tackle. That means they're giving up sacks.
Yeah, you mean didn't protect the quarterback.
Yeah. Still 3-2 on Conforto, the leadoff batter for the Dodgers in the second. Ha-Seong Kim on deck. Miguel Rojas in the hole. Another 3-2. Conforto takes ball 4. That was a close pitch, but eyeballed by Conforto for a leadoff walk.
That will look like a better pitch than the one that was comfortably away from him.
It did. Paul Clemens behind the plate. Ramon De Jesus at first. Quinn Wolcott at second. And the crew chief Adrian Johnson at third. Well, let's see if Ha-Seong Kim can translate the defense into offense. He has made 2 incredible plays already in the field. Digs in for the first pitch, which is low and outside, ball 1.
Just watching Cam Smith. I mean, Kim is not a power hitter, but you would not know it by the depth that Smith is playing in right field. He's playing on the west side of Pasadena.
The 1-0. Kim swings through a strike. Ha-Seong 0 for 3 at the plate in this series, but this is his first start of the series today. Came off the bench in each of the first 2.
As I normally talk about guys playing deep, he's playing a shallow parking lot.
Shallow Pasadena. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Another swing, another miss. This one at 95 on the outside corner from Gusto. Strike 2 on Kim. Kim's batting average now at .356 in his rookie season and 41 games played, but only 90 ABs. Conforto on first, nobody out in the second, no score. The pitch. Down and in. You talked about the Dodgers' production with runners in scoring position. Obviously, Conforto on first, not yet there. But just with men on base in this series, the Dodgers are 5 for 40. They've not gotten it done with traffic on the base pass. 2-2. Ha-Seong Kim says enough of that talk. Shoots it into left field for an opposite field single. First 2 on for the Dodgers in the second.
That just appears to be a better swing for Ha-Seong Kim. You know, we see him sometimes, like in this at bat, the second strike in particular, a swing as if he's trying to pull the ball. He, from what we have seen, in my estimation, again, is much better when he's going up the middle or to left center field. And the reason is he stays on the ball longer, and he does not have to travel the barrel of the bat way out in front of the plate in order to make contact.
First and second, nobody out for Miguel Rojas, who had a great Saturday. 2 for 2 with a walk. A home run, 3 RBIs. He shows bunt, and he bunts it foul toward the Dodger dugout, and a pitch inside. That almost hit him. Had the bat not been there, Mo, it might have hit him. But Rojas has turned around his offensive season at the plate. He's now batting .254 on the year. But over the last 13 games, he's batting .455. No score in the second. The Dodgers have 2 on. On an 0-1 pitch, Rojas will swing. It's a little ground ball to second, flipped by Altuve to short, and there's the turn. 4-6-3, twin killing for Gusto. Was basically a soft line drive. Altuve played it on a hop, and the Astros get 2 on 1 play. Conforto now at third, but 2 outs in the inning. Dodgers will lean on the rookie Dalton Rushing. Work hard, play hard in a new Tacoma with an iForce turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the bold. See your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. First pitch, Rushing takes. Strike 1 on the outside corner. That's something he didn't do yesterday, Bo. Take the first pitch.
Nope, he had 2 at-bats, saw 2 pitches.
On the 0-1, Rushing takes again. Strike 2 again on the outside corner. And Rushing gets time. Well, Dodger Stadium was sensing a big inning. A leadoff walk at a base hit, then a double play. So now Conforto on third and 2 out. First run of the ballgame, 90 feet away for the Dodgers in the second. Gusto's 0-2 pitch to Dalton Rushing. Misses outside. Rushing hitting .207 in his first 20 games. OPS of .585. Just hasn't found the stroke yet. Gusto loses a fastball up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And neither one of those pitches are anywhere close. Well, for Conforto, he can get a very large lead over at third base. Anticipate a wild pitch. And the reason he can get the big lead is that Dubon, third baseman, is close to 50 feet off the third base bag.
Gusto, and it's 2-2. Rushing, slashed it in the air, left field, hit pretty well. Hummel on the warning track. It's over his head, off the base of the wall, and the gate to the Dodger bullpen. It's a 2-out RBI double for Dalton Rushing, and the Dodgers strike first.
It needed some feel-good moments in this series. And for Rushing, gives them one right here in the second inning. And with 2 strikes, that ball away, he went the opposite way.
And well said, Mo. It was a pitch on the outside corner. Remember, those are the first 2 pitches that he saw and took from Gusto. They were both called a strike, so he made the adjustment in the middle of that AB, then took one toward the Dodger bullpen. So 1-0 LA, Rushing on second. Esteury Ruiz in there, and he takes strike 1 on the inner third. So back-to-back games, the Dodgers score first. They weren't able to hold the line yesterday. We'll see how today plays out. Ruiz making his first start as a Dodger. And the 0-1 is low.
Well, with Rushing, obviously the Dodgers have really liked what he's been able to do, offensively and defensively. They thought he was ready. And for Austin Barnes, has moved on. At the same time, Rushing is going to play a couple of times a week.
1-1, check swing, and he went around. The Astros appealed down to Ramon De Jesus at first base, and he confirmed strike 2.
Chris, that's the thing with a young player. You bring them up, you can't have them just sit on the bench.
Right.
They're going to have to get active. At the same time, what it winds up doing is it enables Will Smith to stay strong because, the hot months are really coming up now. Wear and tear on catchers.
On a 1-2 pitch, Ruiz swings and hits a flare in the air to the right side. That should drift out of play. It will. At 3 rows behind the Astros dugout, and it's ping-ponging around, and it's picked up by a fan in the field level seats. Oh, the dugout club members just botched that play completely. Dodgers 1, Astros 0, bottom of the second. Dalton Rushing, who brought in the first run, he's in scoring position on second base. Esteury Ruiz behind in the count, 1-2. Gusto leans in, has what he likes. Ball at the belt. The stretch. Swinging a roller to third. Ruiz can fly. but he's not that fast. Nice pick at first base on a low throw. Walker digs it out and picks up Dubon. Rushing is stranded, but the Dodgers with 3 two-strike base.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the midnight navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century, and certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
Your mobile device. LA Dodgers baseball continues on its official home.
Welcome back to the top of the third inning at Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers lead the Astros 1-0 thanks to Dalton Rushing's 2-out RBI double. Emmett Sheehan back to work, and he starts with a strike to Zach Short, the number 9 hitter. The pitch misses outside, 1-1. Yesterday, Zach Short was 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Just his 5th game of the season. Swings through, strike 2. The changeup from Emmett Sheehan that dropped down and in on the right-handed hitting Short. Oh. Excellent pitch from Sheehan. So now the 1-2. That's taken to left center field. Pa hisses over. He's not going to get it. He will play it on a hop. It's a 2-strike leadoff base hit for Zach Short in the 9 spot. Dodger fans, skip the line at the stadium. Look around the ballpark for a QR code to scan, or just open up your Uber Eats app and order from your seat so you enjoy every pitch, run, and out. Well, the Dodgers in the bottom of the second, Mo, they had 3 2-strike base runners. Conforto walk, Kim with a base hit, and then ultimately Rushing's double. Well, the Astros, they get one of their own here in the third. Ball 1 to Isaac Paredes.
So as we look at in recent years the Dodgers' success, how many times have we talked about patient hitting to where they take pitches, borderline pitches, and make that starter, or reliever for that matter, work?
Sheehan's fastball misses upstairs, 2-0. Sheehan misses again, low and outside. It's a slider from him, 3-0.
Yeah, both of these teams, not the prototypical type of a leadoff hitter you see year in and year out in baseball. Both the DHs and both with power.
Sheehan out of the stretch, first base side, kicks and deals. 3-0 is in there for a strike. A fastball down the pipe, 96 miles per hour. Dodgers up 1-0, top of the third, just getting going. The Astros have the leadoff batter on. And now the actual leadoff hitter, Isaac Paredes, in a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive toward the left field corner. Isaac Paredes goes to left field, picked up by Conforto. And it's a stand-up double for Paredes. Going to third is short. Second and third, nobody out against Sheehan in the third.
Paredes does not get cheated with the swings. I mean, everything is like 100%.
Well, he's a dead pull hitter. I mean, that is exactly why the Astros traded for him in the Kyle Tucker trade, because with the Crawford boxes in Houston at Minute Maid Park, or whatever they changed the name of that stadium to, the Crawford boxes, it's a really short porch in left field. And so Paredes, with his power and his swing, I mean, I don't know what the percentage is, but it seems like near 100% of his hits are to the left field side. Second and third, no out. And ball one outside to Jake Meyer. So Emmett Sheehan in some trouble.
There's a couple of those ballparks around. You write me a check, we'll change the name.
That's a good point. 1-0 Dodgers, but the Astros have the tying run at third with no out. Meyer swings and slashes the ball foul toward the right side.
We'll see one at the end of this next road trip.
Yeah, it used to be Miller Park, now it's AmFam Field, and then Oracle Park
then
used to be
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Used to be a couple of different phone booths.
The 1-1. Myers tries to check his swing but can't. Sheehan jumps ahead 1-2.
Giant fans probably already on the computer. He said this.
Yeah. It's true. It's just a fact.
Yeah, just a fact, Jack.
Big pitch for Sheehan. The 1-2 to Myers. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Key first out here in the top of the third. Second strikeout of the game for Sheehan.
Well, Major League Baseball is taking over Atlanta. In spite of the fact that Altuve is walking to home plate. It's the game's biggest event. The action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 14th at 5 o'clock Pacific. Then the 95th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard on the 15th, 4 o'clock Pacific on Fox.
Altuve's 1 for 1 with a base hit. First pitch swinging, popped up. Rushing behind the plate, but it drifts over the net and drops a few rows back in the dugout club seat. Strike one. Astros have runners on second and third, as the Dodgers have the early 1-0 lead. The Astros have 4 hits, Mo. 3 of them have come against Sheehan's fastball, including Paredes' double 2 batters ago. It's not the biggest crowd at Dodger Stadium, but the boo's still loud for Altuve. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Strike 2, and then rushing fake to throw down to third. That was a well-high fastball. That was above Altuve's head. Obviously, he's not the biggest of customers, but still felt he could offer it head-high heat. 0-2. Sheehan comes home. Altuve with a survival swing, and he pops one back over the net to stay alive.
Pretty good changeup, and Altuve was way out in front of it.
Still 0-2 on Altuve. The pitch. Rolled foul on the third base side. Well, Emmett Sheehan needed just 25 pitches to finish the first 2 innings.
Rushing just did something that I applaud him for. He gave us, the sign. Then he gave a high target, right? But then there was a lower target when the pitch was thrown. It was a breaking ball.
Sets up for another 0-2. Swung on, hit high in the air, right field side. Ruiz on the run toward the line. On the warning track, he makes the catch as he crashes into the net. Coming home, though, is short to tie the game. A terrific catch and foul ground by Esteury Ruiz as he went flying into the netting. The Astros have tied the game at 1.
Well, Ruiz, who just throwing his body up against that netting, made the catch, held on to it, and while he was still wrapped up in that spider web of a net, got the throw off.
Paredes also tagged on the play, so he's now at third. 2 outs in the third. The game tied at 1. Cam Smith, first pitch swinging, fouls it over the net. Now, Mo, just as a point of strategy, I'll ask you, in that particular case for Ruiz,
I know where you're coming with this.
It's a ball, a high pop-up into foul territory. You're going to crash in the net. It's a 2-strike count. Do you let it drop? First, let's see an 0-1 pitch to Smith. Inside.
It's a legitimate question. It's a question that's been asked for over 100 years, I'm certain, in baseball. Is the game on the line or not at that particular moment? This is the third inning. I think at this point, this stage, you have to capture outs.
Ball and a strike to pitch. Fouled away, strike 2.
And here's another argument that you can have, discussion, if you will. You've got one of the premier hitters at home plate.
Yeah, Altuve.
So it doesn't matter if it's 2 strikes or not. I mean, this guy didn't just fall off the turnip truck.
Right. That's a guy who has Hall of Fame potential.
Yeah, not a high batting average, but you look at the production.
Go ahead run on third for the Astros. 2 outs in the third. A 1-2 pitch up and in. Smith turns around. I just don't think he saw it well. That was not.
He reacted well after the ball went past him, and while it was up and in, it'll get your attention.
Let's see what that's charted as. I'm guessing it's going to be a changeup that just slipped from Emmett Sheehan. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sheehan looks at third, comes home. And Smith pushes a fly ball to right field. Esteury Ruiz drifts over, has a read on it, makes the catch. That one way more routine than the one he made earlier. That resulted in a sacrifice fly for Altuve and the Astros, who have tied the game at 1.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Pitch, and that's hit well left center field. Andy Pye's not going to get there, gets by him and all the way to the wall after a couple of hops. And Zach Short slides into second safely. The throw into the infield skips away. Dalton Rushing backing things up. He picks it up about a quarter way up the first base line as it bounced by Hesson Kim. Short stays on second base. He's 2 for 2. So the number 9 hitter, who's had limited playing time, remember he's filling in for the injured Jeremy Pena. And he's seen the ball well from Emmett Sheehan today.
No, that was just a swing, point to contact, and scorched it.
Lineup flips over. Isaac Paredes, he doubled his last time up. Pulling the ball
to the big swing.
Yeah, pulling the ball toward the left field corner. First pitch, it's a high curve, 1-0. The pitch. Paredes waves at a strike. Sheehan took something off of that one. Split the plate, landed at the bottom of the zone. Even the count, 1-1. One on, one out, the 1-1 pitch. Fly to right. Ruiz waits a moment, backs up a couple of steps, makes the catch. Short tagging from second to third. The throw is cut off by Mookie Betts at short. It's a productive second out of the 5th inning for Houston. Go ahead run 90 feet away for Jake Myers.
Hey friends, the Ron Say Legends of Dodger Baseball Bobblehead Night takes place on Friday night, July 18th. That's when the Milwaukee Brewers are in town. So the first 40,000 fans in attendance are going to take home the special Ron Say bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Come out and join us. It's going to be a fun time. Dodgers.com/promotions.
2 outs. Runner on third. Game tied at 1. Sheehan fires and misses up and in on Myers. Ball 1. Center fielders 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first, then struck out swinging in the third. Back to the plate in the 5th. 308 hitter on the season. 21 runs batted in. Sheehan looks at third, focuses home. Gets Myers to pop a strike. Foul behind home plate. So now the 1-1. It misses away, and Myers did not offer at it. Wind's blowing toward right field. Sun blaring down on Dodger Stadium. Ahead of a 2-1 pitch. It's on the way, and Myers holds the trigger again. Ball 3 downstairs. Astros in the first 2 games of the series were 12 for 26 with runners in scoring position, a .462 batting average. Nothing so far today. A runner on third, the 3-1. Myers watches ball 4 upstairs. First and third for Jose Altuve. Mark Pryor out to the mound. There is activity in the Dodger bullpen. Right now, this mound visit brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice. It looks like Lou Trevino pitched an inning in the third yesterday through 24 pitches. He got him getting hot again. Miguel Rojas and Dalton Rushing out there as well, and the visit's about to be broken up by the home plate umpire. Situation is this: first and third, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Tie ball game, 1-1. But Jose Altuve, the Astros' best hitter, is digging in.
And they've got some pretty good running speed at both first and third. With Rojas playing at third base, and he's about 15 feet behind the bag at third. Will the Dodgers even entertain if by chance Myers at first takes off towards second? Will they even entertain throwing down to second base with the speed over third base was short?
Sheehan into the stretch. Altuve watches strike 1. At the top of the zone. High breaking ball from Sheehan to jump in front. Trying to keep the game tied at 1 in the 5th. At the corners with 2 away. The 0-1, Altuve is now in an even 1-1 count as Sheehan missed upstairs. They are not chanting Jeter at Dodger Stadium for Altuve. The pitch. That's roped down the left field line. It's foul, strike 2. Nice catch made by Sean down there. An elite ball dude. He'll make some plays with the glove if given the chance. She needs one more strike. A 1-2 count on Altuve. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up on the infield at third. Miguel Rojas coming down the line, squeezes out number 3. And Emmett Sheehan pumps his fist, wiggling out of a little jam. Stranding 2 out.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Transmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Dalton Rushing, Esteury Ruiz, and Shohei Ohtani on the docket for the Dodgers in the bottom of the fifth, tied with the Astros at 1. First pitch of the inning. Rushing swings and pops it up. Third base side. Dubon underneath it with the sunglasses. Handles the first out. So Ryan Gusto, who had been struggling entering today, he has given up some loud contact, Mo, but it's been bend, don't break, only one run across.
And it's been lefties. We talked about in the pregame show. It's been lefties that hit well over 300 against him with 8 of the 10 home runs.
Now Ruiz at the bottom of the order. He's 0 for 1. In his first start as a Dodger, he bends back on the first pitch, up and in at 93, 1-0. Andy Pages was not selected as a reserve position player for the All-Star game. Gusto dropped strike 1 in on Ruiz to even the count. The Dodgers had 2 more selections added today. Yoshinobu Yamamoto voted in by the players, and Commissioner Rob Manfred choosing Clayton Kershaw as his Legends pick. The 1-1 to Ruiz, down the plate, and strike 2.
Well, the numbers for Andy Pages are certainly deserving. Just on the numbers alone, comes in hitting at .293, 17 home runs, 58 runs batted in.
A ball and 2 strikes on Ruiz. Shohei Ohtani on deck. The pitch, and Ruiz flies it to center field, shallow center, for Myers to come in and make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. It'll be up to Ohtani in the 5th.
Ohtani's had 2 swings today. And again, is the difference a quarter of an inch? Different placement on the bat? 3/4 of an inch? Different placement of the bat? The difference between a high pop-up and a home run.
Two outs and nobody on for the Dodgers in the 5th. Dodgers and Astros even at 1. First pitch from Gusto. Ohtani swings through a strike.
Yeah, and he pulled off of it. The ball's away from him. He's so strong, he does not have to pull the ball to hit it hard or far.
If he just stays up the middle, I mean, he can go to left field easy. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That was a high fastball that split the plate, very top of the zone. Well, again, if you missed Ohtani's postgame interview last night and our discussion earlier, Shohei said on Saturday he is seeing the ball, but he is missing pitches that he normally gets to. Hence, this little mini slump he's been in. He's 1 for his last 12, and that one was a base hit in the 9th inning yesterday. Behind 0-2. Gusto into his windup. And Ohtani rolls it foul on the first base side just to stay alive. That was a pure survival swing. Gusto has one he likes. This will be his 70th pitch of the game. Ohtani is jammed and he fouls it away on the left field side.
I know Shohei said that he's seeing the ball well. I don't know how well he's seeing it. And I say that because there's some pitches that are getting in on him. And the ball out away, at times he's kind of feeling for it.
0-2.
Like that one.
And he feels for it. He pokes it in the air, shallow left. Dubon going back from third, and he makes the catch. Hummel was coming in, but Dubon stuck with it to make the play. And Gusto with another one.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
San Manuel is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Find out more at Yamava.com.
Pitching change for the Dodgers before the top of the sixth inning. Will Klein takes the mound. Pitching change brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Fourth appearance for Klein. 4 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts so far. First pitch strike on the outside corner to Cam Smith. Klein will see 4, 5, and 6 in the sixth. Smith is 0 for 2 so far. Chop strike 2 toward the Dodgers on deck circle. Final line for the starter Emmett Sheehan. 5 innings, just 1 run, 5 hits and a walk, 4 strikeouts through 80 pitches, 50 strikes.
I think the thing that really sticks out with the 5 innings by Sheehan, I mean, this is by a very good hitting team. When you look at the Astros, again, they came into the series 4th highest batting average of any team in baseball. Dodgers are first.
Klein's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase 97 in the dirt.
But for Sheehan to come back and go 5 innings with those 80 pitches and 50 of those were strikes, 1 run on just the 5 hits, welcome back.
And 23 of those pitches came in the 3rd inning. It was 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. He gave up a sacrifice fly to Jose Altuve, but nothing outside of that. Dodgers 1, Astros 1. 1 out in the 6th. Christian Walker to the plate. First pitch. Line to left field, but it will hang up for Michael Conforto. And out number 2.
Well, join us anytime, but how about here at Dodger Stadium for World Champion Player Rings Night, July 21st. That's when the Twins are in, and the first 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a special World Champion Player Ring presented by Budweiser. Come out and celebrate our champions. Dodgers.com/promotions, and we might add first 40,000. Get here early on the 21st.
You can get here late, but...
Well, yeah, and you can look and see what the ring looks like from others.
First pitch ball upstairs on Diaz. A batter with 2 outs and the base is clear. Will Klein now on the mound for the top of the 6th. He's got the first 2 outs, trying to finish it cleanly, and that is just pushed down the first base line in between Freddie Freeman and the bag, all the way to the corner, picked up by Ruiz. Diaz standing up at second with a 2-out double. That was just a slap swing the other way, and it worked for Diaz. So 2-out base runner for Houston. That gets us to Cooper Hummel in the 7th spot of the order. The left fielder is 0 for 2. Mo, we talked about going into the series, obviously the history between the orgs, but really just the success of them as well. They've won 4 of the last 8 combined, the Dodgers and Astros. First pitch swinging and missing, 0-1 on Hummel. And at least one of these teams have played in 7 of the last 8. And the way this season is progressing, these two teams, they could see each other again. And at that point, the hope for both sides is that they'll be healthier because they're both down stars. Klein's 0-1, up and in.
Well, neither one of these teams goes away. If they face one another postseason, it'll be at the big dance.
1-1. Swinging a foul ball over the net to our left. That's strike 2.
Keep in mind that the Astros did not get off to the fastest of starts this year. But they come in with a 7-game lead over second-place Seattle in the American League Western Division today.
And they have a chance to sweep the Dodgers. And if they do win today, they'd be 20 games over 500 for the first time since September 11th of 2023. Quick mound visit. Dalton Rushing and Miguel Rojas chatting with Will Klein, getting on the same page. 2 outs. Diaz is on second. It's a 1-1 ball game. A 1-2 count on Hummel. You saw Trevino up throwing earlier, but it was Klein who came out of the pen first. Dodgers hoping to have some more returns to celebrate on the pitching staff around the All-Star break or just after it. Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Blake Trinan, all progressing. The 1-2 from Klein. Misses down and in. Fastball at 98 for the right-hander. 2-2. Diaz on second after the Astros' 18th extra base hit of the series. Now the 2-2. Hits him. And Rushing is saying that he leaned out over it because Cooper Hummel, he definitely did not make a move to get out of the way.
Hit him on the elbow pad.
So the Dodgers want to wait a moment, and they're going to say play on.
Yeah. Well, with the elbow pads, there are some hitters that really take advantage of pitches that are inside, and especially too when you have 2 strikes on you. If you don't have that elbow pad, guess what? You raise your arms and you let the ball go by you.
Back-to-back 2-out base runners.
Remember years ago that they got rid of the size of some of the elbow pads. Remember Craig Biggio looked like he had a armadillo attached to his elbow.
Armadillo. That works in a number of ways. Armadillo.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds comes to mind too.
Yeah.
Ball 1 to Mauricio Dubon. 2 on, 2 out in the 6th. Game tied at 1. The pitch. And that misses away. Yeah. So Will Klein struggling here with 2 outs.
A couple of guys looked like they had wheelbarrows attached to their elbows.
Armadillo got me good. Klein out of the stretch. The 2-0 pitch. Dubon swings and chops it high. Third base. Tough play to make. Rojas is going to keep it in his pocket. And he spun and looked back at third to see if Diaz was going to try and test him. But that was a high chopper. It took forever to drop down into Rojas' glove. He did not have a play at first. And now the bases are loaded with 2 out. A 2-out double to Diaz, and then you hit Hummel with 2 strikes, and then a high chopper that gets barely 2/3 of the way up the third baseline, and now Klein is in some distress. And you would say, hey, well, they're at the 9th spot of the order. Shouldn't be a problem. The problem is Zach Short has been a problem today. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored.
He also has a pretty good running speed, so even if he hits the ball on the ground, you're going to have to field it cleanly and make a good throw.
There's the pitch. Hits the outside corner. Breaking ball, strike 1. A 1-1 game in the 6th. The Astros have the bases loaded and 2 out. Klein's 0-1 to Short. Taken for strike 2. 98 dotted on the outside corner. After the mound visit and the chat from Mark Pryor, Klein has looked back to normal. Now he needs one more. His 0-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped in front of the plate, foul. Still 0-2. 2 outs, bases loaded for Houston. Can Klein keep it tied? Another 0-2 pitch. This is low. And a hair outside. Ball 1. Klein wanted it. Didn't get it. Now the 1-2 pitch. Misses upstairs. Fastball at 99. Squares the count, 2-2. The pitch. Fastball upstairs, ball 3. A little high. The fans here at Dodger Stadium wanted strike 3. Okay, the runners will go. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded, nowhere to put Zach Short. Klein deals. Short swings and fouls it away. That was a fastball again. Down the pipe at 99. So the runners reset. 8th pitch from Klein to Short. Upstairs by a hair. Ball 4. A bases loaded walk gives the Astros the lead.
And that game, after being in front 0-2, Roberts is going to the mound, and he's hot.
And so is Will Klein. He is staring at the home plate umpire with a hand on his hip. Dave Roberts is now looking over at Paul Clemens, and Paul Clemens is saying, what do you want me to do? It was a ball. So that forces Dave Roberts to make a pitching change. Will Klein got the first 2 outs of the inning. 2 outs, nobody on, and somehow, someway, the Astros push across a go-ahead run. The bases remain loaded. Alex Vesia coming out of the bullpen.
At Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming.
Dodger pitching change, presented by Navien, HVAC, and water heater products. Bases loaded walk issued by Will Klein, and the Astros have a 2-1 lead. They have the bases still loaded in the top of the 6th with 2 out. Isaac Paredes, leadoff batter, will come to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Now, Paul Clemens, the home plate umpire, drew the ire of Klein and Dave Roberts. The Dodgers just got to work through it. First pitch from Alex Vesia, the lefty, to the right-handed Paredes. Strike 1. Couple of high fastballs that were close, but they did not go the way of the Dodgers righty. So now they have to turn to one of their lefties. The 0-1 pitch. Paredes tries to check his swing on a ball down and in. The appeal is lost, so it's 1-1. All this is happening with 2 outs. Bases empty, 2 gone. Double, hit by pitch, infield single. Bases loaded walk.
Yeah, and the hit by pitch, those are 2 strikes. The walk, remember, that count was 0-2.
A 1-1 from Vesia. Paredes checks up again. A fastball upstairs. That's ball 2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The Dodgers trail by a run. A 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Squares the count. It's the second time we've seen Alex Vesia in the last 8 games, so he's relatively fresh. So once again, the Dodgers in a scenario where they need just 1 more strike to finish the 6th inning and stay within a run. The 2-2 pitch. Spoiled. Foul down the first base side. Emmett Sheehan threw a season high 80 pitches. That's a season high at any level, and gave way to the bullpen. And they're struggling to get through this 6th inning. Still 2-2. 2 outs and the bases loaded for Houston. The pitch from Vesia. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. High slider got him for the final out of the inning. So the Astros leave them loaded, but they did score a run to take a 2-1 lead to the bottom of the 6th. Mookie Betts.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
Open Motors broadcast booth on your official home of Los Angeles Dodgers baseball.
Mookie Betts, Freddie, Freeman, and Andy Pages, the scheduled Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th. The Dodgers now trail 2-1. Ryan Gusto still out there, and he drops strike one on Mookie Betts. Gusto has needed just 19 pitches total to get the last 6 outs. He has retired 7 Dodgers in a row since giving up a 2-out single to Freddie Freeman. Mookie Betts hits a high fly ball to right center field. Trammell just into the ball game in front of the warning track. Calls and makes the catch for the first out. The hardworking Chevy Silverado is built on a legacy of long-lasting dependability. See your Southern California Chevy dealer today. Go shopping now at SoCalChevy.com. Dodgers in danger of blowing a second straight game. They had the first lead yesterday. Yes, it was early, but they lost, and they had the first lead today, but now trail. Freddie Freeman fouls away the first pitch to the left side, strike one. Left-hander Bennett Sousa getting ready in the Houston bullpen. Gusto with just 74 pitches as he steps into his 0-1. Freeman pulls the hands back. It was on the inside corner, but called the ball. Dodgers have scored in just one of their last 10 innings at the plate. 1-1 bounce foul. And Mo, we've had this discussion off the air, and it's appropriate to have on it. You don't know what you got until it's gone. And Max Muncy to the injured list again. We saw it last year. And early on, we've been reminded what this lineup looks like without him. The 1-2 to Freeman. And he flares one the other way, but going back from third is Dubon. About 10 feet onto the grass, he makes the catch for out number 2.
Well, we saw it last year, and with Muncy, the rib injury, missed 80 games. And filling in, you had Messrs. Kike Hernandez, Chris Taylor, Miguel Rojas, Kevin Biggio. Well, they combined to hit just 206 in his absence. And not very productive as far as a group in knocking in a lot of big runs or the power department.
2 outs, bases empty, 2-1 Astros. Andy Pages takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. And so it goes without saying that now, more than ever, the Dodgers need their stars to be their stars. And Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman haven't been that for, well, Mookie Betts for most of the season and Freddie for certainly the last 2 months. And Shohei Ohtani has had his issues. Pages swings through a strike, and the count is level. Teoscar Hernandez has been spotty. Tommy Edman has gone cold. And so this lineup is got to turn it around, because Max Muncy was their hottest hitter. Pages pops it up first base side, and Ryan Gusto is handling the Dodgers. That's how things are going for him. A 1-2-3-6 for the Astros righty. We go to the 7th. It's bottom of the 7th is brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Conforto should be on first base with a walk, but he decided to pull the trigger, and he grounds out. Now Ha-Seong Kim, he's 1 for 2 with a base hit. He had 2 terrific plays early on as well on the field. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and has strike 1 called. So that was a couple inches high, and those are pitches that Will Klein wasn't getting. What Sousa did to jump ahead. Another left-on-left opportunity for the Dodgers. Kim swings and chops it foul. That's strike 2. But Kim has done well in these scenarios, facing a left-handed pitcher as a left-handed hitter. He's 4 for 6 to start his big league career. An 0-2 pitch. Low and away. Sousa, former Chicago White Sox, another mishandled asset from the Southsiders, and he's turned himself into a weapon for the Astros. He's given up just 2 runs since the start of June. A ball and 2 strikes on Kim. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It was a fastball that was, 2 feet high, Mo. So the Dodgers just chasing right here in the 7th.
Well, you've got 2 outs here. One would have been ball 4, and the other one moved the count to 1-2.
This offense is just out of sorts. Really is. Miguel Rojas is 0 for 2. 2 outs and the bases clear in the bottom of the 7th. The Dodgers trail by a run. First pitch. Breaking ball low. Wave working its way around the stadium. 1-0 pitch delivered and upstairs. Dalton rushing. He is the only Dodger RBI today. He is on deck. So Rojas, if he can't do it himself, he's been swinging a good bat to try and get on for rushing. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a routine fly ball to center field. Souza comes out of the bullpen and retires the Dodgers 1-2-3 on 12 pitches. We move along to the 8th. The Astros 2, the Dodgers 1.
There's so much history right here. And when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run and I become a fan for life.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this. Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Let's see what D-Rose. Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Shohei.
10 seconds for station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network.
Happy Independence Day weekend from AM 570 KLAC Los Angeles, 98.7 KYSR HD2 Los Angeles, an iHeart radio station.
Top of the 8th inning is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo, celebrating 20 years of good times. Tanner Scott getting some work. Trying to keep it a one-run game. His first pitch is ball one inside on Christian Walker. The Astros on top of the Dodgers 2-1. They are approaching a series sweep here in L.A. Scott deals. Walker checks his swing. Strike one anyway. Called at the bottom of the zone. Walker's 0 for 3 today.
Which is a story in itself when he's going against the Dodgers.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Mo. Swings and slices one foul down the right field side. A ball and 2 strikes for Scott. A 1-2 pitch. Way high. It's a little bit of a sleepy Sunday, Mo. I mean, the bats have been quiet, just 4 hits. Crowd kind of small, as we talked about. 2-2 from Scott. Fly ball right field. Ruiz running back toward the wall, and that ball is gone. Christian Walker. What can you say about this dude at Dodger Stadium? Opposite field home run off of Tanner Scott, and that's a big insurance run for the Astros, who now lead 3-1.
Well, first thing that you have to do is that once the scouting report, and how are the Dodgers trying to figure out how to pitch to him? I can give him a hint. It ain't working.
Whoever's been out on the mound, whatever pitch they have thrown, Christian Walker, more often than not here in L.A., has found a way to do that. Leave the yard. So 3-1 Houston. Still no outs in the 8th. Ball one upstairs on Yainer Diaz.
Just a casual observation. It ain't working.
Your scientific opinion?
It ain't working.
Ball 2 up and away from Scott. So Walker was, I guess in hindsight, Mo, kind enough to not homer yesterday. Snapped a 6-game home run streak in this park, and then comes back on Sunday and starts another one. A wave and a miss, strike 1. Dodger deficit grows to 2 in the top of the 8th. Now the 2-1 to Diaz. Fouled over the net, squares the count.
Nope, if you look at the 6th inning, the problems came with 2 strikes. A hit batter with 2 strikes. A walk with bases loaded after the count had been 0-2. And for Walker, the count was 1-2.
Another foul ball back from Diaz.
Yeah. Can't expect different results if you're approaching it the same way. And for Walker, got a fastball, looked like up and out over the plate, and hits it up and out over the fence.
Yeah. But just the Dodgers' inability to put guys away today. Another 2-2 coming from Scott. Now Diaz crushes a ball to left field and deep. Michael Conforto turns and watches this one go. It's now 4-1 Houston.
And this one with 2 strikes again. I mean, the Dodgers got a strong effort from Emmett Sheehan coming off the injury list. Alex Vesia went a very good inning in the 3rd. The defense has been terrific in the infield. Other than that, it's a Sunday afternoon at the stadium for the Dodgers.
So Tanner Scott, as he said, coming on to get some work. This is not the kind of work he was hoping to put in. Still no outs. And that's a ball upstairs on Cooper Hummel. Dodgers now trail by 3. Pitch. Inside. And Dalton Rushing holding the glove there for several moments. He's done that a couple times today. Did not get the call switched up. The 1-0 swung on, pop back, and drop down below our booth and to our right.
Well, that's 8 home runs for the Astros in this series. They came in middle of the pack this series. 15th.
Two balls and a strike. The pitch cut on and foul back toward the backstop. The count squares up 2-2.
Dodgers have hit 3 in this series. They came on leading baseball in that department, 138.
On a 2-2, Hummel takes called strike 3. A fastball in the outer third, and there's out number 1 for Tanner Scott in the inning.
Well, friends, you can celebrate Dodger legend Fernando Valenzuela on the 19th of this month. That's against the Brewers. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a very special Fernando bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Come out. Dodgers.com/promotions.
Now Mauricio Dubon. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. Of all the hits that the Astros have tallied in this series, Mo, 18 have gone for extra bases. You talked about how they're now adding to their home run total. 2 shots to open up this inning. That's a second ball from Scott on Dubon, the number 8 hitter, who's 1 for 3. On a 2-0, Dubon pops it back foul, 2-1. And it doesn't take a genius to see that Tanner Scott this year is much different than the one that the Dodgers faced last year when he was with the Marlins and the Padres. 2 home runs today, now 7 on the season. Last year, he gave up just 3 total. Little flare, shallow right field. Kim running back from second, and he tracks it down for the second out. Sung Kim has had a nice day in the field today. Retrieves the pop-up, and Tanner Scott needs just 1 more out. Zach Short has been a thorn in their side on this Sunday. He has reached all 3 times in the 9 spot. It was his bases loaded walk in the top of the 6th that gave Houston a 2-1 lead. He watches strike 1 from Scott. The 0-1. Cut on and miss, strike 2. And I guess just this today, Short's day, Mo, is sort of a microcosm for the Astros. The last several years, how many stars have left that organization and they've just found another guy to step up and take their place, no problem.
They've just been able to supplant whatever their loss has been.
0-2 pitch, just misses inside, a ball and 2 strikes. I mean, Garrett Cole, Carlos Correa, George Springer, Alex Bregman, Kyle Tucker. I mean, those are big names. 1-2 pitch, taken to center field, and that's down for another 2-strike hit. The big theme of the day for the Astros, Mo.
Well, it's a big theme, and I mean, we start to look at the damage that's been done. Sacrifice fly to Altuve. That's after the count was 0-2. That was in the 3rd inning. And then again, in that 6th inning, hit batter with 2 strikes, a walk after being 0-2. I mean, a 1-2 count to Walker here with the home run. 2-strike pitch to Diaz.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Back-to-back days working for Lou Trevino. Scored 4 outs yesterday, gave up a run on 1 hit through 24 pitches. He'll come on again on this Sunday to try and get the final out of the 8th inning. The Astros hit back-to-back home runs off Tanner Scott to start this frame and make it a 4-1 lead and grow their cushion as they attempt to sweep the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Zach Short on first, 2 out, and here's Isaac Paredes. Trevino's first pitch is a good one, strike 1. On an 0-1 pitch from Trevino, Paredes takes a strike. And it's 0-2 in a hurry. In the bottom of the 8th, the Dodgers will have the bottom of the order. Rushing, Rojas, and then Ohtani. And now trail by 3. Trevino's 0-2 pitch is on the way. And it hooks outside. The Astros with 3 hits against Tanner Scott, the aforementioned 2 home runs, and then Zach Short's base hit. All 3 knocks came in 2-strike counts. A ball and 2 strikes. Trevino deals. Paredes swings and misses. Strike 3. So Trevino does his job getting the final out of the 8th inning, but the Astros tack on a pair. Home runs from Walker and Diaz. The Dodger deficit is 3 as we move along.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Let's see what he wrote. Of course, D Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Today's game is brought to you by First 5 California. 1 in 3 children are at risk of toxic stress, but there are things parents can do to help. Learn how to overcome it at first5california.com. The Dodgers got more work to do after the top of the 8th. It's now 4-1 Houston. Dalton Rushing will lead off against a new pitcher for Houston. It's another left-hander. Brian King taking the ball. He'd been loosening the last inning. Rushing's 1 for 2 today with an RBI double. Second pitch is in there. Strike one and an even count. It's the lone RBI of the day for the Dodgers. And that came all the way back in the second inning. It made it 1-0. But Houston has scored the last 4 runs. Strike two taken on Rushing. And just to put this series into perfect perspective, the Astros have scored 28 runs. The Dodgers have 19 hits. On a 1-2 pitch, Rushing will slash it the other way. His second knock of the ball game gets on to start the 8th inning. And we have seen that opposite field stroke and approach from Rushing twice today now, Bo.
Absolutely. He went to left field for the RBI in that second inning, and that came on a 2-2 pitch. The Dodgers have never had a doubt on Rushing on the hitting aspect of it, and he's a very confident hitter to be able to make contact.
Now Esteury Ruiz continuing his first start as a Dodger. He's 0 for 2 at the plate. His first pitch is strike one on the inside corner. Rushing on first, no outs the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two in a blink on Ruiz. Tying run on deck for the Dodgers in Shohei Ohtani. But he's been ice cold at the plate. That being said, you know he can get hot with one swing. On an 0-2 pitch from King, Ruiz swings and chops it down the third base line. It bounces foul, though. Cloudless, sunny Sunday on this 4th of July weekend. It has not been the Dodgers' favorite 4th of July weekend of all time. They're in danger of being swept at home for a second time in 2 months. They have 6 more outs to get at least 3 runs. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike three, and Ruiz is retired for the first out of the 8th. Just the third Dodger strikeout of the afternoon. But they don't count strikeouts, Mo. They count outs.
Yep.
And Ohtani has made 3 of them at the plate. 0 for 3 as he digs in. 1 on, 1 out in the 8th. The Dodgers trail 4-1. Facing a lefty and King. The first pitch is in there. Strike 1.
And keep in mind, this is a 4-1 game, and that's after the Dodgers have made 4 dazzling defensive plays in this game.
The 0-1 pitch. Ohtani with a big swing and a big miss. 0-2. Just, Shohei's big thing, if you talk to him about hitting, is his posture. And just staying in line as a hitter, Mo, and he has not done that at all. He's pulling off the
posture,
ball.
but also the timing is just not consistently there right now.
Behind 0-2.
Outside target.
Called strike 3. A fastball in the heart of the plate. Ohtani is down on 3 pitches in the 8th. So he is now 1 for his last 13 at the dish. Back-to-back strikeouts from King after the leadoff base hit from Rushing. So here's Mookie Betts. First pitch to him is down and in, just missed the edge. Ball 1. That's in the air to left field. It will drop down for a base hit. The inning continues. Station to station goes Rushing. It'll be first and second, 2 out. Tying run coming up with Freddie Freeman. So Betts with another multi-hit game as he continues to show signs of life at the plate.
Trip to the mound also. They're going to discuss how to work to Freeman.
It's like Brian Abreu, one of the high-leverage arms for Joe Espada's bullpen, is up and throwing from the right side in right field.
One good swing that Freeman's had today was on that single back in the 3rd inning on an 0-2 count. They tried to move the fastball in on his hands. And that's the one pitch, in my estimation, what we've seen the last few weeks. That's the one pitch he seems to be handling well.
Freddie Freeman up in a big spot. First and second, 2 outs in the 8th. The Dodgers trail by 3. He embodies the tying run for the Dodgers in the 8th. You just had that feeling, well, whatever is going to happen in this game, the Dodgers need to cut into it right here and now. The lefty King sets and deals. Freeman watches the first pitch, hit the outside corner, strike 1. King started him off with a fastball at 93 away. King looks back at second, focuses home on Freeman. The pitch is taken again. Strike 2. Another fastball outside. One more strike to play with in the 8th. The pitch. Freddie stays alive with the foul ball to the left side. Rushing on second, Betts on first. Another 0-2 pitch, and Freeman spoils it, bounces it toward the Astros dugout. We'll see at least one more. Two on, 2 out. Another 2-strike pitch from King to Freeman. And that's taken to center field. Coming in Trammell, and he makes a terrific sliding grab. Taylor Trammell celebrating in left center field, robbing Freddie Freeman of a base hit and getting the Astros through the 8th unscathed. 2 stranded by the Dodgers in the inning. We go to the 9th. It's still the Astros 4 and the Dodgers 1.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 5.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Bondo will pitch the top of the ninth. The Dodgers down 4-1. Mo, I want to give you a moment to talk about the play we just saw from Taylor Trammell in left center field.
Well, it's a big play and a crucial part of the ball game, and it's the reason they put Trammell in there the last inning. And for him to get a jump, to pick up the baseball immediately, and knowing that he had to sprint in, a head-first dive and makes the catch. All you had to do was to look into the first base Astros dugout. They exploded. They knew it was a huge play.
And it is Trammell leading off the ninth inning. He watches Bonda's first offering miss the zone, ball one. Dodgers had the tying run at the plate with Freddie Freeman. It was a well-struck line drive to left center field, but robbed by Trammell. The 1-0 pitch. That's down the pipe. Evens the count 1-1. The Padres and Giants both play later, so the Dodgers will see what happens to their division lead. If they lose today, it'd be 7.5 pending the results in San Diego and in Sacramento, where the Giants are visiting. Ball and a strike. The pitch from Bonda. Trammell waves at strike two. Bonda sets up, extreme third base side of the rubber. Holding the ball at the belly button, kicks and deals, and he yanks a breaking ball way outside of Trammell. 2-2. Trammell, technically a former Dodger, wasn't here for very long. Hard pressed to find a fan who has any kind of memory of Trammell and Dodger blue. Now made a big play here against them. Rolls it to second. Kim takes his time, makes a sidearm throw to Freddie Freeman. That's out number one in the ninth inning. Top of the ninth is sponsored by Cars for Kids. Ready to donate your car? Then call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS now. Friendly agents are standing by to take your donation. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. The familiar sound of the weekend, boos for Jose Altuve. Batting with one out and the bases empty in the ninth. The Astros 4 and the Dodgers 1. Bonda's first pitch is hit high in the air to left field. Conforto back in front of the Dodger bullpen. This ball is out of here. Jose Altuve makes one more statement before the Astros leave town. A solo home run into the Dodger bullpen, his 16th of the year, and it's now a 5-1 Houston lead. Oh, Mo, you said it at the beginning of the season. You never minded boos on the road. That's certainly been the case for Jose Altuve this weekend.
No, the Dodgers in this series, and this is not to take anything away from the Astros. Astros came in, and they've outplayed the Dodgers in the 3 games.
In every facet.
But they have had some wonderful pitches to hit, and they've hit them.
Routine fly ball to right field. Ruiz using the glove to guard the sun, and then he makes the catch for the second out.
Now, Altuve hit the ball out of the ballpark, no question about it. He had a fastball right down the middle. You couldn't put it on that. Other than the defensive plays the Dodgers have made today, they have been just absolutely outplayed in this entire series.
Yeah, outclassed. And the scoreboards have reflected that, and really just the eye test in general. Now Christian Walker, who hit a home run his last trip up there, digs in with 2 outs and the base is empty. The Astros lead by 4. Taps a strike off the plate, foul, 0-1. There's an opposite field home run against Tanner Scott, who gave up back-to-back bombs in the 8th. The crowd continues to thin at Dodger Stadium as the deficit grows to 4. The 0-1 from Bonda. Bounced over Bonda's head. Fielded by Kim off the grass. Throws on the run. Low throw. And Freddie Freeman, once again, that backhand pick on a low throw from a Dodger infielder. Freddie Freeman does that so routinely. And so we go to the bottom of the ninth. It's the Astros 5 and the Dodgers 1. The Dodgers have 3 outs to get at least 4 runs.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards.
That's awesome.
Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
Advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Rips it! Left field and deep! You're listening to LA Dodgers Baseball. Forget about it! On the world champion LA Dodgers Audio Network. Your miracle!
Brian Abreu will get the ball again. The Dodgers saw him yesterday. He pitched 2/3 of an inning. Walk and a strikeout, 14 pitches, 8 strikes. The bottom of the 9th inning, the Dodgers trail the Astros 5-1. Houston has scored 3 runs their last 2 frames. One of them being a solo home run from Christian Walker. It's the best drive of the game, presented by Edmunds. See how much your car is worth at Edmunds.com. Well, Andy Pages will try and start things off. Hard-throwing righty Abreu kicks and fires, and Pages takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. The Astros with 21 extra base hits in 3 games.
Pages, very disgusted at that call, walks away from home plate and calls timeout.
He's not the only Dodger today that has had that level of frustration. On an 0-1 pitch, Pages watches ball 1 upstairs. For the Astros bullpen, it's Josh Hader from the left side, and it's Brian Abreu from the right. The 1-1. Pages takes again. Ball 2 high. Changes behind Abreu in this 9th inning. Mauricio Dubon kicks out to left field. Cooper Hummel out of the game, and Isaac Paredes, who was the DH, now at third, so no more DH for Houston. There's a slider from Abreu at the top of the zone to square the count 2-2 on Pages. Two on the way. Pages chases strike 3. A half swing, a wave and a miss for out number 1 of the 9th. Now the 0-for-2 Michael Conforto. He did walk in the second and scored the lone Dodger run today on Rushing's double. Strike 1 to him. His last trip up there, it was in the 7th, leading off the inning. It was a 3-1 count, and Conforto swung at a ball low and grounded out. The 0-1. It's fouled over the net to our left, quickly 0-2. Well, today it's been all Dalton Rushing, if you think about it. The Dodgers have 6 hits. Rushing has 2 of them, 2 for 3. Everybody else, 4 for 26. Not what you're looking for as an offensive unit. The 0-2, up and away, ball 1. That's some big news in the National League, Mo. Washington Nationals making a regime change. House is being cleaned. Mike Rizzo, the longtime GM, and Davey Martinez, the longtime manager, both fired today. The 1-2 to Conforto. And he ropes a base hit to right field. So the Dodgers have 1 base runner on in the 9th.
I just wonder how many teams, organizations that you're going to be looking at. Management at this particular time looking at themselves. The draft is coming up on the 11th on that end of it as well.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Which directions are teams going? We think of a team in the Western Division, that being the Rockies. What direction are they going in?
Do they have a direction?
Well,
that's a much larger
it's the old lane, not to be a plan. What's the plan, Stan?
Yeah. Strike 1 to Ha-Seong Kim. 1 on, 1 out, bottom 9. The Astros 5 and the Dodgers 1. The 0-1 from Abreu. Kim does not swing. It's a breaking ball at the knee. Strike 2 call. Now the All-Star reserves officially announced. The Dodgers add 2 more to their total. Yoshinobu Yamamoto And Clayton Kershaw was the commissioner's pick as a legend selection for the Midsummer Classic. Kim fouls one away on the left field side, stays 0-2. No Andy Pajes, at least for now. Of course, the players' portion of the voting is in, so they did the first round. Who knows what will happen because of injuries or pitchers who throw right before the All-Star game usually takes them out of it. Another 0-2 to Kim. Strike three swinging. Pumped a fastball by him at 99. There's that high-octane right arm of Brian Abreu again. Dodgers down to their final out.
Third baseman, number 72, Miguel Rojas.
Miguel Rojas to try and keep this one alive. He's 0 for 3 today at the plate. First pitch is upstairs. Ball one. The 1-0 pitch. That misses high as well. Ball two. Conforto on first, 2 down. It's a 4-run lead for Houston. They had 3 home runs between the 8th and 9th. Take a really tight game to one that feels out of reach. Swing and a miss, strike one. Abreu sets third base side. Close stance, kicks and deals. Rojas swings and hits it over the net behind home plate. Count squares up, and the Dodgers have just one more strike to work with. On a 2-2 pitch from Abreu, Rojas checks his swing, called strike three. And that ends the ball game. The Dodgers get swept. This 6-game homestand featured a pair of sweeps. The first one went the Dodgers' way. The second one absolutely did not. The final and the finale, the Astros 5 and the Dodgers 1. Houston now just a half game back of the Dodgers for the overall record in the major leagues, Mo, but really not a whole lot to hang your hat on in this series for the Dodgers.
No, not at all. And I think other than the defense the Dodgers had in the infield today, they were outplayed in this entire series. And
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team